Addressing Disbelief. July 11, 2013. We speak to you all with the exuberant, melded together energies of the Pleiadian High Council and our collective of masters. Our collective of masters is speaking at the forefront of this communication in this moment, but the impressions coming through are ours as well as those of our dear Pleiadian counterparts. We wish to address the disbelief in some that galactic beings can exist alongside with us masters or with angelic beings. Humanity has so very much to learn about us souls existing in the various higher dimensions you're growing back toward as a collective. There's so very much for you to learn about the myriad ascended beings, collectives and civilizations who exist in these brimming higher dimensions, and we and so many others will delightfully be on your world in the immediate time ahead to help you see the diversity of the beings assisting in your evolution. Humanity is going to learn so very much, that the limitations set in place by the majority of souls on your world are going to be, for more or less, diminished. An open-minded understanding. The science fiction mindsets that have rendered so many ideas or topics so unbelievable on your world will be replaced with an open-minded understanding that nearly everything important for you to know has been hidden from you and given a fictitious mindset. Humanity has been programmed to go against ideas that will aid you in your evolution, and this has been assisted by the media as it's established on your world today. Ideas of the benevolent galactic beings assisting in the ascension of your planet have been dwindled down into ideas of scary fictitious alien invaders, or considered as fringe ideas. It's unfortunate indeed, as these beings are so very close with your world and have so very much to teach the collective of humanity in the way of advanced technology and understanding the mechanics of your galaxy and universe. There are numerous ascended civilizations right in your cosmic backyard, stationed right outside of your Earth and anxiously awaiting your understanding of them and your belief in the reality of their presence. These beings have so very much love and compassion, wisdom and empathy to share with humanity, but their presence has been denied and ridiculed. We do not say this in a disconcerting or negative way, but this is simply the state of affairs on your world regarding your galactic brethren. We speak of such things in part to help each of you shine your perceptive light onto them, as we seek to help you understand the reality of the presence of your galactic brethren, as well as their interest in your planet for so very long and their desire to help you evolve into purer states of consciousness. The Pleiadian High Council wish now to step to the forefront of this communication, and we will gratefully step aside to allow them to come forth and present themselves. The Pleiadians speak. With immense appreciation to the dear Ascended Masters, we are the Pleiadian High Council. We have been present during this communication, adding our own energies and bits of insight into what the dear Ascended Masters have given. We do indeed possess an enormous love for your planet and for each of you absorbing this communication, and the fact that you've been able to break through the aforementioned instilled barriers and find a belief in the reality of our presence, is astounding indeed. The earthly experience has kept many souls feeding into the barriers mentioned by the dear Ascended Masters, as you've grown up in conditioned societies and, in many cases, have had your ideas of reality fed to your collective through your mainstream media. When an awakened soul looks around your reality, they can see the many things that seem nearly designed to hold them back and keep them feeding spiritually drained states of consciousness. We, the dear Ascended Masters and a plethora of other beings and collectives have focused so very much of ourselves on the evolution of humanity and on getting you to understand your evolution from behind the scenes, and we've utilized scribes and channels nearly endlessly to help inform you of your ascension into purer states of consciousness. Even plenty of awakening souls who perhaps believe in or could become open to the reality of our presence around your planet, still are not opened up to the idea that we would choose to communicate with humanity. Attempts to introduce peace. Some souls entrenched in mainstream ideologies and viewpoints on your world would assume us only to attempt to make official contacts with developed governments if we are truly real, not knowing that we've met with your governments and attempted to help bring about world peace and prosperity on your world for all, numerous times. Numerous times they've declined, and so we've taken it upon ourselves to assist you in your evolution by connecting with as many awakened earthly souls who can find an open and steady connection to our energies and impressions, as possible. The manner in which we communicate with humanity is necessary for your advancement and growth as a species. We will indeed be on your world when the veils of suppression and secrecy surrounding our existence have been seen through by all of humanity, but for the time being, we seek to assist you in your growth by helping you expand your channels, in the form of offering you our energies and impressions. We do indeed see our communication with humanity as important to our overall mission, and the largest facet of the giving of our energies to you for you to absorb, is just that. An energy exchange. We seek to help you reach purer states of consciousness, and to that extent, the energies we give, which our impressions and communications are embedded into, give you an energetic helping hand of sorts. In an energetic sense, the impressions we're giving off as our scribe receives such impressions through the heart and makes a mental interpretation of them, are brimming with massive amounts of pure source energy for you to absorb, that'll help you seek and find the higher dimensions in yourselves exponentially. You're actively channeling us. Those who read our communications and those of various other ascended beings and collectives are actively channeling our energies through themselves when doing so, which is why we've long said that you can find a connection with us and act upon that connection if you truly wish to. Souls who read our communications are left with our lingering energies, which hang around within them and help to purify their chakras. Energy stays where it's fed into, and as such, our energies and impressions remain within each of you who absorb our communications. Quite honestly, you could never have to absorb a communication from us again, through this scribe or any others, after reading our messages only once. By the end of your reading of that communication and your absorbing of our energies for that particular frame of time, our impressions will be able to stick with you in ways that'll see you able to actively pick up on them and channel us yourselves if you wish to, without ever having to read another channeled communication. Of course, we don't discourage absorbing channeled communications, but we and so many others wholeheartedly encourage discernment with everything one is given. Discernment will see you well on your way to finding what works for you in the avenue of channeled messages, spiritual writings or anything else, and will see you able to let whatever doesn't resonate with you in your heart space simply be. You're the citizens of the free and sovereign earth. Discernment is a wonderful thing indeed, and we speak of discernment in part to encourage breaking away from mainstream mindsets concerning so many areas of your society. To be discerning of them. We wish to help you understand the distortions that have taken place in your reality. Not so that your emotions or moods can be brought down when thinking of them, but so you can recognize them for what they are and work to arise, physically and spiritually, and proclaim your sovereignty from the false reality that's been created in an effort to continually distract and pacify humanity. You're the citizens of the free and sovereign earth, and this will become more than apparent when the bulk of work to repair your earth begins to be performed by humanity. We and so many others will be with you to lend helping hands and to share our sentient technologies in an effort to help you perform much of what needs done, relatively easily. We will, for the most part, watch from the sidelines as you repair your dear earth, as you've always been meant to do. Some souls on your earth, when thinking of the possibility of our existence around your world, may take to a mindset of assuming we'd attempt to steer your evolution ourselves or invade your collective free will measures with an overwhelming presence, but truly, we do not seek to do such things. We've worked for so very long under the free will perimeters we've been allotted, as humanity is meant to experience everything you create for yourselves and, in this very moment, actively recognize and purge the influence of darkness from your world. This will come about in the form of realizing what you perceive to be darkness for what it is. Just a varying shade of the light energy. You're all lighted. Everything is comprised of the ultimate energy of love, and this includes those who've hurt others on your world in a massive effort to feed the distorted states of consciousness they've been taught to believe are heaven. We speak of those souls who've been referred to as the cabals, the Illuminati, There are various labels for these individuals. They've sought to feed the realms of fourth density negative by manifesting widespread sacrifice and hardship, and have assumed themselves all-powerful and of a purer consciousness than the general populace of your earth. They're learning in very hard ways at present, that they are no different from the rest of the souls on your world. You're all lighted beings at your core. Even those who seem to have extinguished their light in favor of working for a fallen angel who's returned to the side of the light. Luciferianism will be understood by your collective in the time ahead, as that belief system has ignited the cabals into doing the bulk of what they've done. We'll forever encourage forgiveness of the cabals and of the cabal heads when learning of everything they've done, as vengeful mindsets will only feed the lower states of consciousness we know you're all so very ready to grow away from and transmute. We'll turn this temple over to the dear Ascended Masters now, for the conclusion of this communication. We offer you each our love in every moment, and we'll be with you far after the issuing of this communication, as expressed above. Our love is of a pure fifth-dimensional nature, and it's here for you to actively pick up on and express in any and every moment. The Ascended Masters conclude. We express the purest of gratitude to the dear Pleiadians, for their energies and the information they've given for this message. We trust that you can feel the pure energies beginning to descend down unto you now, and as you feel these energies, know that they're being sent with an understanding of the difficulties that have blocked many awakening souls from finding blissful states of consciousness. We're here for you as well, to offer solace and guidance in every moment. As we make our final impressions for this joint communication, we as well as the dear Pleiadians express that your perception of us and of the realms of full consciousness are only to grow more than they already have, from here on out. Feel the love we're offering you, now and in every moment, because we send it with clear intent and purpose. We send it with the intention of opening your minds, your hearts and all of your chakras. Even those you have no idea you possess. High Council. You have at your use so many links to the higher dimensions and to us. Recognize your ability to pick up on our impressions and communicate with and exist in the higher dimensions, for you're making your triumphant return to these realms after lifetimes spent in perceived earthly solitude. Thank you so very much to the Ascended Masters, and to the Pleiadian. You have the sincere appreciation of the earthly ground crew. Channeled through Wesanak. Wesanak.com. AquariusParadigm.com